Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We are doing the tarot astrology for Wednesday, the week of January 8th, but today is Wednesday, January 11th. So, what is coming up for all of the signs this week? We are streaming this live on YouTube as well on TikTok. Hello to my audiences on both. The way we typically do this is I'm going to take a look in the comments and see the first sign that I see, and that will be the first sign that we will get started with. And the first sign that I am seeing us starting with today is Cancer. So what is coming through with our Cancers for this week? Can I please get 3 cards to clarify? Ooh, Cancers, what's going on this week? Make sure to share this live if you know a Cancer, and tap that screen if you are a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising to claim this reading. The first thing that we are seeing coming through today for Cancers is we have the 8 of Cups. So what this specifically says to us right now is, Cancers, you are walking away from something. And when I say you are walking away, I mean you are walking away, because we're not just getting 1 card around this today, we are getting 2. There's some decision that the Cancers have made as it relates to their path. And this is a decision that may have taken some considerable time and effort to make. Often when we see the 8 of Cups, this can be something that felt very difficult, because they understand that to make this choice, to make this option, Cancers, you have to turn your back on a lot of other possible options. However, you have reached the moment where you are ready to make that choice. You are trusting your intuition, you are trusting your faith, and this is the moment that you are making that choice. And it's a bit bittersweet, because as you are making the choice to go in one direction, you are clearly letting go of something else that you were really holding on to for quite some time. And this is why this decision was so difficult for you to make. We see this being represented, and I don't feel that this may have been your initial choice in terms of what you wanted to do, particularly since the next card is a 10 of Swords, which is a card of completion. So there is something that is being released for the Cancer energy right now. And it is this release, it is this moment of acceptance, of letting something come to a complete and total end, that is now allowing the Cancers to move into this new direction, to make this alternative choice that they have not been making prior. And it's a bit bittersweet. Whenever we see the 10 of Swords, this can be something that is a little bit painful to let go. I mean, not a little bit, very painful, because it's clearly something that the Cancers had put the time and the energy into to try to have work. There is finally just an understanding that whatever direction that was, it is not serving their highest self. It is not serving their purposes. And for this reason, the Cancers are ready to release this energy this week. Now, why are they doing this? Well, we get a lot of clarification here with the 3rd card coming up for the Cancer spread this week, and that is an Empress in its reversal. And so what this is really saying is the decision that Cancers are making around this is based on their feelings of being loved and appreciated in partnership, in love, in connection. There is something in the Cancer's life that has been causing them to feel undervalued, underappreciated, underloved. And it is this choice that is ultimately allowing them to let something go, to let something end, and to move into an alternate direction. Now, this is going to be a little different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For many of the feminines right now, this could be a choice that you are making for yourself right now, Cancer feminines, because you are choosing basically a situation or circumstance that has not been serving you. You are finally making that choice to walk away from that, to let those areas end that are not giving you that sense of love and appreciation, or making you feel undervalued or underappreciated. Okay? Now, for the masculines, this could be feeling that there is a feminine energy that you are trying to put your direction towards that simply has not been coming towards you with that act of love, with that appreciation, that this is a feminine that is not being receptive to that energy right now. And this is what is propelling your choice to walk, to let something come to a conclusion, and to make an alternate path, to go down an alternate path. Now, I know this is a little bittersweet, but this is actually quite a positive for the Cancers right now, because you certainly don't want to sit in a situation where someone you are trying to bring your love offer to is not accepting it. Or for the Cancer feminines, you do not want to be in a situation where you are not being seen or valued or appreciated right now. So this choice that you're making is one that has come through a lot of pain. There's been a lot of pain leading up to this moment, but ultimately this is a move that is going to support your own sense of love, your own sense of appreciation, because you are now moving into a new space that is going to give you the love that you could not receive in whatever situation or circumstance you are allowing to come to an end today or this week. Bottom of the deck right now for our Cancers is, this is not a decision that you wanted to make. I need to stress that. This is not a decision that you are ultimately really planning on making. You would have preferred different. Clearly, look, 10 of Swords is a situation where you clearly put a lot of time and energy and effort into whatever this was that you were really trying to move forward on. And you've just kind of realized at this point it's a foregone conclusion. There's really nothing left to resuscitate. There's nothing left to really bring back to life. But you are still feeling that hesitancy, that pain as you try to move forward, because really you had not hoped for this. And you are not necessarily at a point where you're truly ready to look in terms of where this is taking you. You're really just allowing yourself this moment of acceptance this week to propel yourself forward. And bear in mind that this is a part of a healing process. You will come about, you will be able to finally be able to look beyond it. But at the moment, your mind is just far too focused on what is coming to an end for you really to be able to look at that future point. But rest assured that this will be something that you can grow into and will adapt to. I'm sure we will see that as we move into next week. Thank you so much to all of my Cancers. That is your reading today. And just a reminder, if you would like a private reading to delve into that more, Cancers, thank you so much for the gift. You can book a reading on my website, graystrega.com. Please keep in mind that that is a two-step process when you go to book a reading. You have to pay for the reading and book the reading. I need you to hit both buttons if you would like to book that reading. We are going to continue right now. I'm just going to write down that we did Cancers so I do not forget. I'm going to look at the comments and see the first sign that I see, and that will be the next sign that we move into for the week. The next sign I am seeing right now is Taurus. My Taurus, sun, moons, and risings, tap that screen. Let me know that you're here. If you know a Taurus, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a beautiful time to share the live so that our Taurus do not miss their reading. What is coming in store for Taurus this week? We've got one card. Can I please get two more cards? One more card. Can I please get a third card? There it is. Okay. What do we have coming through for Taurus this week? More than anything, Taurus, this week is a week of healing for you. There is something that is going on in your heart space that requires this moment of healing. And I also want to recognize that this is a moment that is going to feel a little painful because you are fully understanding how much your heart has been hurting, exactly what needs to be healed. And a lot of your focus and attention this week is going to be directed on this healing process. And for much of this, a lot of this is something that has been difficult for you to come into, but also is not necessarily feeling as much of a challenge. This act of healing is something that you are now processing because ultimately you understand that it is the path of least resistance, that there is a peace that is coming to this argument, that there is a peace that is coming around this act of being able to move forward into this healing. And it is allowing you more than anything to feel that you have the upper hand, to understand that there are some things that you don't need to push forward on, particularly if you feel in some areas in your life right now that it simply would be an uphill battle in order to be able to move out of the space of conflict, So for many of the Taurus this week, this is an act of acceptance, of no longer fighting against something, of allowing this healing process to begin, that is going to feel a bit like a surrender, but is also really a profound moment of acceptance that is allowing this peace to enter into your space. Thank you so much for the gifts. And it's going to feel difficult because it's a painful process, but there's also the peace that's coming from it because it no longer requires you to be involved in such deep conflict, either with yourself or with others. And for many of you right now, Taurus, this is creating a higher sense of stability, particularly being represented by the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is going to hit a little bit differently depending on whether you are aligned to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For many of the Taurus females, this is going to feel like a reinvestment in yourself, that a part of this healing process is choosing yourself, choosing your own stability, allowing that stability to enter by putting this focus back into your own person and allowing this to grow and to thrive. This is where you are going to find your healing right now. Now, for the masculine Taurus, what we're really seeing is a recentering and a reconcentration on a feminine energy whom you find is a point of stability in your lives, and making the choice to move towards that feminine energy that is giving you that grounding, that is giving you that peace, that is giving you that stability, and that is also the path of least resistance as it relates to your own healing. So there's a lot of comfort that we're seeing coming through right now for the Taurus energy in the midst of heartbreak. I do want to get bottom of the deck right now on Taurus energy, so something to keep in mind going forward is Queen of Wands. So this is going to feel, again, a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Now, if you align to feminine energy, this is a point of feeling at some point that there is something here about getting your power back. That while your stability is something that you are putting your focus on, and when I say stability, Taurus females, I'm talking specifically about the things that are tangible, the comforts, the financial security, the things that you can actually change in the dimensional space. But that you are still feeling at a bit of a detriment right now as it relates to your own personal power, particularly as it relates to communication and your ability to make things happen with that act of communication. So this could indicate that for many of the Taurus feminines, there is some avenue of your life right now that you are not able to accurately communicate through. And this is why you are kind of surrendering and having this moment of acceptance in this that is allowing this state of healing. For Taurus masculines, this could indicate that there are multiple feminine energies around you right now, and that one is being turned to right now to create that sense of healing, to allow you to have that sense of healing. While this could be the feminine energy that is potentially causing the problems, that is causing the pain, that is causing the heartbreak in the first place. So while you are having this concentration point and kind of turning towards one feminine manifestation to give you comfort in this time of healing, a lot of your thoughts and energies are also still very focused on this other energy, this other feminine energy, whom you're not in communication with, that could be the source of where this heartache is coming from. So this could be a little bit fraught. It's a bit more healing for the feminine Taurus by far, because this is really them kind of articulating on your own power and moving from one place of power into another as you go through healing. While with the Taurus masculine, this could feel a bit of a heart battle this week coming through as you navigate these two oppositional feminine energies that may be making you feel very different things. That is the reading for Taurus. Thank you so much. And if you are a Taurus who would like to get some clarity on all of that different energy, you can book a private reading with me on my website, gracestrega.com. Please keep in mind that when you book a reading, it is a two-step process. you have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure to hit both buttons if you'd like to have that reading. Also, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay. Just be sure to mention your TikTok subscriber ID at the point of payment. Guys, we are going to go through right now. If you've already missed your sign, never fear. This is being streamed live on YouTube right now. Hello to everyone following us on YouTube. So you can go back to that YouTube at the conclusion of the live, and you'll be able to see all of the signs presented there. So please be sure to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. We are going to continue to go through. I'm going to take a look at that comment section, see which one I see next. And I see Leo next. And I don't know if Leo is going to like some of the cards I'm seeing here, but we are going to read them. So Leo, this is going to feel like a bit of a fraught week for you right now. Leos, sun, moons, and risings, tap that screen. Let me know that you're here. If you know a Leo, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live with them. What do we have coming forward right now for Leos? Well, more than anything right now, we feel Leo, you are in a bit of ambiguity, okay? There is something here that you are feeling rather stuck this week. Because Leos, I see also that you are in a place where you are also looking forward. You are also trying to decide where you are going to be moving next. But there is some sticking point that is making it very hard for you to see or to anticipate what that future looks like. The reason you are having that inability right now is because there's some circumstance or situation that you are not sure how to feel, how you feel about in your current life and how you want to move forward on it. And this is unfortunately creating this feeling of limbo, as it were, that we're really seeing here. We are also seeing this represented through the Five of Cups in its transverse. So with the Five of Cups in its transverse, what we're really seeing for Leo here is that there's some scenario or situation that has occurred, and you are torn as to what you can think about that situation or scenario. You are caught right now in a moment of not being sure whether you are grieving in a place of loss over what has occurred or where you find yourself, or if you're moving forward from a place of joy, of abundance, if you are trying to pick up, to look into the state of optimism, find those optimistic moments where you find yourself. And I have to point this out for our Leos right now. It is this I feel like this is some circumstance or scenario that is deeply impacting your day-to-day feeling this week. Some moments you're feeling okay. Some moments you're not feeling okay. Some moments you're looking on the bright side. Some moments you're just letting yourself wallow in whatever the situation or circumstances that has you in this space. And it is this back and forth energy that you find yourself in right now that is making it so difficult to be able to truly understand what this new future outcome that you're looking to move forward with is. There's an obfuscation of the vision right now that is entirely based on the Leos not being able to ground their feelings on a certain situation they find themselves in into one of optimism or pessimism, whether to stay, whether to go, whether to be happy about something that was said, whether to be sad about something to be said. This uncertainty is really just causing this moment of friction for the Leos, and it's blocking them to a certain step because the Leos are trying to move forward from this point. They're trying to set their sights on what is on the next horizon, but it's a little bit blocked because they're still very much caught. The Leos are very much caught still in this emotional space. I don't think Leos have to worry about it too much because I also see there that there is new energy coming in for the Leos. That I feel that there is something here that is going to help shift the Leos out of perspective. And this is also going to make a lot of sense given how Leos behave. The Leos are going to be aided with this particularly, and it's going to feel a little differently depending on whether you are feminine aligned or masculine aligned energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. We see here for feminine aligned Leos that there is new energy coming towards you, new communication, new passion, that there is some energy that is going to be reaching out this week to help make this a little easier for the Leo feminines. And this is also a moment of acceptance where the Leo feminines might not necessarily know what's going on in some perspective. So as a result, they're kind of leaving themselves open to these new communications, to whatever communications come in, particularly, and this could be new energy for the Leos. For a lot of the Leo feminines, this is going to be allowing this new masculine energy to kind of be able to enter towards them, to have more access, giving, and for this can also be reflective in new projects, new experiences, new possibilities, and yes, even new passions. So there is a bit of a door, there is even in this moment where feminine Leos are feeling this bit of ambiguity about where they find themselves and how they want to move forward. Rest assured, there is masculine energy that is coming towards the Leo feminines this week that's going to make their decision a lot clearer. And for a lot of feminines, I feel like this masculine energy and this masculine communication is what's really going to help lend that point of clarity as to how they're feeling so that they can make the determination on the best way that they want to move forward from here. Now, if you are a Leo masculine, what we're really seeing is you are not letting this moment of ambiguity stop you from moving forward into whatever new things are on the horizon. You are literally, the Leo masculines are like, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going somewhere. I'm going anywhere that isn't this feeling. I'm just going to rush away from it and I'm going to go into whatever I can to distract myself from the fact that there is this circumstance or scenario that is leaving you feeling so conflicted right now. So the Leo masculines, I feel, are having a bit more of an activation point that we see that's resulting from this feeling, that they're really using it as this creative moment of inspiration, being like, if I don't know how I feel, that's fine. I don't need to feel anything. I just need to go do something. I just need to go do something with all of my passion, with all of my energy, be it a new project, be it a new love interest, whatever I need to throw my energy into, understanding that this is really a moment for the Leo masculines where they're like, I'm going to leap first and look later. That hopefully under with this belief that if they just get themselves out there, this is going to create this moment of clarity that'll help them determine how they're feeling about something. Kind of funny, but it makes a lot of sense because this is something that is creating a point of power for the Leo masculines right now. Bottom of the deck for Leos right now is Page of Swords. So that's the thing right now. The Leos are feeling a little bit unarmed. They're feeling there's some vulnerability here. Let's be honest, Leo masculines and Leo feminines are both feeling very vulnerable in the position that they find themselves in. There is something here where the Leos are feeling like this is new territory for them. They've never necessarily had to kind of experience something in this way or in this fashion. That is what's leading to this point of ambiguity. I really think for a lot of the Leos, they have never found themselves in this position in this way before, which is what's really causing this point of conflict because the Leos are really unsure of how they're supposed to feel coming forward from this. But the Leos are really struggling, even as we see this desire to push forward, this desire to kind of let their courage, right, as the Leos often do, let their courage speak volumes over how they're particularly feeling. We are seeing the fact that the Leos are kind of faking it before they make it here because there is a lot of deep uncertainty on how they move forward from this point and feeling kind of like this is their first time at the rodeo. Like this is their first time having to do something in this capacity and not feeling like they have necessarily like complete know-how or mastery on how to navigate from this point. And I will point out one of the things that is so disarming here for the Leos is typically the Leos would allow their courage, they would allow their bravery to really push them forward from this point. But we're seeing that whatever this is, whatever this circumstance or scenario is that the Leos are experiencing, it's kind of robbed them of their courage. It's kind of unarmed them of their own talent, which is this ability to push forward through something that they would usually rely on their courage on to do it. There's some kind of deep wound that the Leo has experienced here that they're pushing through. They're still kind of doing the things that they typically would, but it's a lot harder this time than it ever has been before. My heart goes out to all my cats. That is your reading, Leo. And if you are a Leo sun, moon, or rising, and you need some clarity on how to move forward in that direction, please feel free to book a private reading with me on my website, graystrega.com. Remember, it's a two-step process. When you go to book, you have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure to hit both buttons so we can have a reading. Also, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay. Just be sure to mention your TikTok subscriber ID at the point of payment. All right, guys, I'm going to name the signs that we've done so far. If you missed your sign, never fear. This is streaming live on YouTube, so you will be able to go and catch your signs reading at the conclusion of this live. So please be sure to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. The next sign we are doing is Aries. Aries, sun, moon, or rising. Tap that screen if you are here. If you know an Aries, sun, moon, or rising, please make sure to share this live right now so they don't miss their reading. What is coming through for Aries this week? Okay. A lot of, I'm seeing this card. We got a card popping up like hotcakes right now. Can I please get, oh my goodness gracious, Aries, Aries, Aries. I'm going to accept this reading because I'm an Aries rising and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with seeing this here. Aries, you've actually got 4 cards coming out right now. All right, this is going to hit a little different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Aries, what we are seeing here, if you are an Aries masculine, your focus and attention right now is very much driven to a stable manifestation of feminine in your life, as is being represented by the Queen of Pentacles. So this stability and this security is something that you are rushing towards right now. And you are doing so because you see a very possible happy future with this particular feminine manifestation. Now, if you are an Aries feminine, this is going to be represented as a reinvestment in yourself, in your own cup, in your own abundance, in your own stability, because you are understanding that by reinvesting in yourself right now, that is going to move you towards your place of greatest happiness. So for both the Aries, for both the Aries, masculine and feminine, we do see a happy outcome on the horizon. There is a point of optimism that is coming through. For feminines, it is reinvestment in the self. For the masculines, it is a direction towards a particular feminine manifestation. I'm also seeing here that this is a week that a lot of the Aries are really doubling down as it relates to work, as is represented by the 8 of Pentacles. So this is also a reinvestment in your work, in your passions, in the things that really help drive you and give you that strength of purpose every single day. And for the feminines, we're seeing that this is going to show a lot for a lot of the Aries feminines recommitting to their work this week in a way that they may not have been in the weeks preceding, because they're understanding that even by doing that focus on the work, there is this deep value that they are adding not only to their lives right now and stability, but also to their future outcome. For the Aries masculine, what we're seeing is this investment in one's work. And I think that it's being reflected or encouraged by their point of direction towards this feminine energy, who they also appreciate and admire for their work ethic, for their ability to continue to push through. That this is one where the Aries masculine is really being inspired by this very grounded feminine energy to continue to push forward in their work. I do see here that there is and I feel that one of the reasons there are also a lot of rushing into work right now, particularly for these energies, is also a feeling of impatience, if you will, which is coming through right now with this 7 of Pentacles. So there is some feeling or anxiety right now that they don't have enough time. And the Aries are really rushing forward and doubling down on their work, on trying to get their materials done, on trying to get their projects completed, because they do have some kind of deeper sense. Thank you so much for the gift, Annalise. There is this deeper fear or anxiety that they don't have enough time. And so there is this deep value in rushing they're having into their work and doubling down, as it were, into their projects so they can move forward on them with more speed and efficiency than they may have felt like they have been doing in the past. Bottom of the deck right now for the Aries energy is lack of communication. So interestingly enough, there's some area right now where I feel like the Aries masculine and feminine are not getting the communication that they had ideally hoped for. And there's something about this that is leading the Aries to reinvest in the points of stability, of the tangibles right now in their lives. Because in some way, shape, or fashion, this is getting the Aries energy mind off of the areas in their life that they are not necessarily receiving the communication or the expediency that they had truly hoped that they would be receiving this week. So it makes a lot of sense. The Aries are finding places to go forward into, even in the sense that some communication is hanging in limbo and is not necessarily coming with the expediency that they had hoped. That was the reading for Aries right now. And just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, Aries, you can find one on my website, gracestrega.com. Link is in my bio. Also, if you're a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay. Thank you so much to the Aries in the comments who are giving me confirmation on that reading. I appreciate it. All right, we are going to continue down with the rest of the signs. So far, just a reminder, if I've read your sign, never fear, because we are streaming this live on YouTube right now. It will be available at the conclusion of this live. I'm going to read the signs that we've done so far. Make sure to put that sign in if you'd like me to read next, because the next one I see is the next one we're doing. So far, we have done Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Aries, and the next sign we are doing is Sagittarius. If you are a Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising, tap that screen. If you know a Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live with them so they don't miss their reading. What is coming through right now for Sagittarius? Can I please get 3 cards? We've got 2 cards here. May I please get 1 more card? Whoop, we've got 4 cards coming through for Sagittarius. One of them is transverse. Sagittarius, this is going to feel a little tricky this week because I feel like you're in a very similar energy. This is really interesting. What I'm really seeing here, Sagittarius, you're kind of living right now somewhere between where the Leos and the Aries are feeling. This is like the full fire sign read that we're doing here right now. The fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius is stuck dead center between the feelings of the Leos and the feelings of the Aries. I'm saying that because both of the same cards are popping up for the Sagittarius. The first thing we're seeing here around Sagittarius is this 2 of Wands in its reversal. So this is also much like the Leo energy, this anxiety or feeling or uncertainty about what the next steps should be for you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Jamie, for such a beautiful gift. There is this anxiety point right now about what is the next step. There is a bit of unclarity right now as to what your future holds. And it is this lack of clarity that is making it very difficult for you to plan your next steps forward. Now, I will also point out that this is a card that frequently comes up around digital communication for me. So this could also speak to me that some of the Sagittarius are in some way, shape, or form experiencing some kind of digital block this week as well, that perhaps there is some kind of digital communication that you are waiting on that you have not received, or that you are hoping is going to come through as well, and that it's lack of this communication that is also creating a block for you at this point. Now, this is going to hit a little differently depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. If you are a masculine aligned Sagittarius, this is hard because it's making you literally be in a point where you feel like you cannot put any offers of anything forward to anyone because so many things are in flux. You are not able to invest any of your time or energy anywhere right now because you have so much uncertainty about what the next step happens, where you're going to be, what your future is going to hold. And this is really kind of almost trapping you or paralyzing you this week in being able to do anything, which can feel extremely frustrating. For Sagittarius feminine right now, this could be an absolute frustration with some iteration of masculine that you have just given up hope on terms of coming forward with an offer. That there is some masculine energy that you are feeling this devout, this extreme moment of frustration and aggravation for, because this is something that you may have been holding out hope for, that you're finally kind of releasing this week and accepting that you are not necessarily ever going to get that tangible offer from this manifestation of masculine. And this is also creating this block of clarity as to how you should move forward from this point. This is leaving the Sagittarius when there is a point of complete uncertainty this week. We're seeing this point of uncertainty because the Sagittarius energy cannot make a decision because they cannot see all of their options. And it is frustrating for the Sagittarius because they feel like they don't have full clarity on what their options are. It's leaving them in a state of complete ambiguousness and feeling like they can't make any choice going on right now because they don't have optics on the situation. And they're also feeling a bit cut off from their own spiritual alignment because there's something about this as well that is causing them to not be able to trust their own intuition. They're not even sure what their intuition is telling them to go forward into because there's still so much obfuscation as to what the future holds. Rather than allowing themselves to dwell in this moment of uncertainty, much like the Aries energy, Sagittarius is channeling this frustration through their work. This Sagittarius is not allowing themselves to sit on their hands as they have as it relates to some choice about what their future outcome is going to look like or what their future path is going to look like. Instead, we see the Sagittarius putting all of that frustration, all of that energy into their work, in doubling down in that work, in forcing themselves to continue to push forward in their work, because there's something here right now about this work that the Sagittarius, that is close to the Sagittarius's heart, that's really giving them a channel by which they can actually do something right now that is productive. And so this is what's allowing the Sagittarius this moment of movement, because at least that area of the work that they're doing is something that they know that they can rely upon and that they can move forward on. Bottom of the deck for the Sagittarius energy right now is Six of Swords. So what this is really communicating to us right now is there is some avenue right now in the Sagittarius's mindset where they are getting to the point where they're ready to let something go. What's really happening here is there is a moment of release as the Sagittarius accepts some circumstance or situation that they find themselves in. And I feel that for a lot of the Sagittarius, the point of acceptance on this is not yet necessarily reached. And it's because of this that they're really finding that this block is occurring, because there are necessarily some choices that Sagittarius can make at this point, accepting where they find themselves. But they're just not ready to let go to this degree. Suffice to say, I feel like the Sagittarius are slowly moving in this way. They're coming into this point of acceptance. They're now moving in this space where they understand the grief that they're going to have to carry around some situation or scenario as they move away from something into a new avenue or a new pursuit. But it's just a lot for the Sagittarius to bear, and the Sagittarius are handling that by doubling down into their work at this point. That is the reading for Sagittarius. And if you are a Sagittarius who would like some clarity in terms of that journey, you can book a private reading with me on my website, graystrega.com. Please keep in mind, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off of any of my services when you have that reading. My private readings are done over Zoom with an option of a video recording sent to you afterwards. All right, we are going to continue right now so far. And do not fear if you are just joining us and you missed your sign. We will be doing, all of these are streaming on YouTube right now, and you will be able to find all of the signs there at the conclusion of this live. I am going to continue right now, and I will read off the signs that we have done so far. So far, we have done Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and the next sign we are doing is Virgo. Virgo's sun, moon, or rising, tap that screen If you know a Virgo sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live with them so they don't miss their reading. What do we have in store for our Virgos this week? Can I please get 3 cards to clarify? I like this energy for our Virgos. Okay, what are we seeing right now? We are seeing right now to our Virgos, the first thing we're seeing is 8 of Swords in its reversal, and we could not be happier to see this energy for you right now, our Virgos, because what we are really seeing here is that there's some circumstance or situation that you may have had previously some kind of victim mentality around. That is happening no longer. Instead, you are now seeing the fact that there is some kind of avenue of release around some situation that you felt bound or constrained from. And this is the week that you're really finally feeling freed up to be able to move the way that you would hope to move. More avenues and opportunities opening to you. And you're realizing now that you have the power to remove yourself from any situation that you felt blocked or stuck within. This is giving you a new sense of power and authority over your life right now, Virgo. You're getting that energy back. You're getting that sense of adventure back because now you see the fact that you are the person who can free yourself from whatever that was blocking you. And it's this energy that you are allowing yourself to move forward on. And rest assured, it feels a little bit new to you. This is something that you might not have complete confidence in doing, but you're letting the confidence that you have lead you into a place of expertise, that you are learning as you go, but you are finding a path forward and you're allowing that energy to propel you forward on this path. This is something that does not come easily to you because I stress the fact that this is not something that you have expertise doing. So while you've gotten your courage up to move forward in this way, into this new direction, it is something that is a little challenging for you to experience right now, as is indicated by the strength in its reversal. So this is something that is still making you feel very vulnerable as you do it, but we love the fact that we see you putting that energy into it. You're giving yourself that power, even though you might be feeling a little less than confident about how you're doing it. You're like just saying, I'm going to do it anyway because I see the path forward. I see how I can free myself. I know what I need to do now. And it's this clarity of purpose that is really pushing you through, that is giving you this confidence, even though you're feeling very vulnerable in the process. Bottom of the deck on this right now for you, Virgos, is 9 of Cups in its reversal. So this is something that you are feeling at a point, at a deficit right now, as it relates to trusting in your own talents and your own abilities. Something here is creating a moment right now that is causing you to doubt what you have on the table. Rest assured that this is something that is momentary. What's really happening, I believe, Virgos, is you're coming into confidence with your own skills, with your own abilities, and that there is something that kind of shook this bedrock in you that is now being rebuilt up. But as you go forward and as you free yourself, I think this is also what you're starting to back up in. This reliance in your own self and sense of self and your own abilities and what you bring to the table. And one of the reasons you're freeing yourself in this way is so that you can truly be in a place where you can have this confidence return to you again. Thank you so much, Virgos. That is your reading for today. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, Virgos, to get some insight on how better to build that confidence back up, you can do so on my site, graystrega.com. My readings are done over Zoom with an option of a video recording sent to you. And if you are a subscriber to my site, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay. Just be sure to mention your subscriber ID at the point of payment. We are going to continue right now. I am going to name the signs that we've done so far. If I've already done your sign, never fear, because these all are streaming live on YouTube. Hello to everybody who is joining us on the YouTube channel. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Clive. Hello, Morningstar. Hello, Serby. Thank you so much for sharing, for being here with us now. I'm going to read off the signs. The first one I see in the comments will be the next one that I read for. So far, we have done Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Virgo. The next sign we are doing is Scorpio. If you are a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising, tap that screen. Let me know that you're here. If you know a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live so they don't miss their reading. what is coming through for our Scorpios today? Can I please get 3 cards to clarify? They are coming in fast. Scorpios, I am seeing right now that this is a week of huge opportunities for you as it relates to communication, as it relates to inspiration, as it relates to passion, as is coming through with this beautiful Ace of Wands. There is a lot of new energy coming towards you this week, and you are embracing it. And it's interesting because at the same time, we do have a Knight of Pentacles in its reversal here. Now, this is going to hit a little differently depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For the feminine Scorpios, this is going to be a new arrival of passion, allowing these new passions to come in based on the fact that there's some iteration of masculine that you have officially given up hope on. You, much like some of the energies we saw previously, there is some iteration here where you have just decided that this is not coming through, that whatever this manifestation was, the offer is not coming through to you, and instead you are allowing yourself to embrace and accept that by having this new investment in whatever new energy is coming towards you right now. This is also saying, now, if you are a masculine aligned Scorpio, this is really saying to me that while there is a lot of new communication and new projects and planning is going through for you, in other areas right now, you could be experiencing a deficit in feeling an inability to come forward with some firm option in some part of your life right now. And it's because you can't come forward with this more secure option, with this offer in some capacity, in some area, that is allowing you to embrace these new opportunities and to embrace these new passions and to allow these new starts to come in. And again, we are seeing a huge reinvestment in your work this week, both for Scorpios, masculine and feminine. And I think that for some, channeling a lot of this passion into the work that you have around you is one way that you're going to be channeling some of this beautiful Ace of Wands energy that you're feeling. And that is one of the ways, at least for the feminines, again, using that to help distract you from this masculine that you're potentially waiting for communication on, waiting for an offer on, and you've just finally given up hope on. For the masculines, this is the fact that there are some avenues that you just decide you cannot come forward with a tangible offer. And so this is just this doubling down on your own work, on your own projects as you go through this, so that you have a place to channel all of this creativity, all of this passion, all of this new start that you are hoping to move forward on. Bottom of the deck right now is 5 of Cups in its reversal. So there is some circumstance and scenario right now that I feel has the Scorpios in this state of grief. There is a point of mourning that's occurring around something, and the Scorpios are having a very hard time looking at the positive of the situations. That there's something about this moment of grief that is causing the masculines not to be able to come forward in some way with a tangible offer right now in some areas. And for the feminines, this is that focus point in accepting the fact that whatever this masculine energy is right now, it's not materializing, and there isn't much hope that it will materialize. But I will point out, this is beautiful energy coming in with this Ace of Wands, because there is this creative spark, or this new channel, this new passion that is coming through right now for these energies, that is really allowing this new start, if you will, even in the wake of some avenue or channel that is being kind of blocked off from you right now. That is the reading for Scorpios, and thank you so much to my Scorpios. If you are a Scorpio who would like more insight in terms of whatever that issue is that we are seeing that is causing that block for you, you can book a private reading on my website, graystrega.com. Please keep in mind, when you book, it is a 2-step process. You have to schedule the reading and you have to book the reading. If you don't do both, we can't have the reading. Also, if you're a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay. Just be sure to mention your ID at the point of payment. We are going to continue right now. I'm going to name off the signs that we have done so far. If you missed your sign, never fear, because all of this will be on my YouTube channel, and you can go back and watch it there at the conclusion of this live. You can find the link to my YouTube in my bio. So far, We are done Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Virgo, Scorpio. The next sign we are doing is Libra. If you are a Libra, sun, moon, or rising, tap that screen. If you know a Libra, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live so they don't miss their reading. We are seeing, first time we are seeing coming up for Libra. Can I please get 2 more cards? And 1 more card. Okay, Libras. This is going to feel like a rough week for you guys. Anybody, Libras, this is going to feel like a bit of a rough week for you right now, particularly because the first card we have, these cards are, I'm just, Libras, I'm going to walk you through this, okay? All right, the first sign we have coming up right now around Libras is 2 of Cups in its reversal. So a lot of your attention this week, Libras, is focused on some partnership that is broken or in a state that it does not feel it is whole. So a lot of your attention is being directed right now on this broken partnership. And this is causing you a lot of grief, and it's being handled in different ways depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. Libra masculines, there is some avenue that you are feeling right now as it relates to a partnership that you just don't see a way that you can come forward with your passionate offer, that something is being blocked from you, something is not able for you to be able to come through as it relates to whatever the circumstances in the way that you would desire to, which is driving forward from your passion. And this is leading to some communication block as it relates to this partnership. So this can feel very strange right now for the Libra masculines, because the Libra masculines are in a place right now where there's a partnership that they're thinking very heavily on because it's broken. But for some reason, they're also feeling like they're not able right now to come forward and communicate around that broken partnership in the way that they desire to. And this is really causing this moment right now of pulling away from that partnership entirely right now for these Libras, because they simply don't understand, or they cannot realize any way that they can come forward and communicate their passion as it relates to this partnership. For Libra feminines right now, this is feeling this moment of anxiety and frustration, because the masculine energy around you right now is one that you feel just is not coming forward, is not giving you the communication that it is. It's being very fickle. It's kind of disappeared on you. And it's this frustration point that is making you think a lot about this broken partnership. All of this is causing, both for masculine and feminine right now, a lot of grief and a lot of pain as you try to experience and go through what you are finding is happening, because something about this partnership being broken in a way that is not allowing the communication to flow is really causing a great deal of anxiety and pain and grief for the parties involved. And masculine and feminine Libras are experiencing this right now. Bearing in mind, this is going to feel hard, but I also think that one of the things to deal with right now is trying, again, I think for the Libras, the big message here is some like huge communication channel has fallen apart. And for the Libras, I think that really trying to figure out how to amend this communication channel is what's causing so much grief right now, particularly with this Knight of Wands energy. There is a struggle right now to figure out how to fix what has been broken here as it relates to communication. So I need to point out, there seems to be a path forward here, but for some reason the Libras, particularly the masculine Libras, they are feeling kind of unmanned, as it were, as it relates to how they can come forward with this partnership. So that's something to keep in mind as you move forward through this difficult week, Libras. Bottom of the deck on this right now, Libras, is there's something here where the Libras are not allowing themselves to see the possible avenues to go forward. I think I'm just pointing that out when I said this, Libras. You're so focused right now on the point that you find whatever this connection is in, that you're allowing yourself to get caught in grief. you're allowing yourself to be caught in the grief of it instead of allowing yourself an optics that there may be some path forward that allows for things to be remedied if the remedying is what you are hoping for. Now, for the feminine Libras, I'm seeing here that this a desire for partnership to be continued is one that might not necessarily be an open channel. The fact that this energy is acting like this around you means that there's probably a better path forward for you away from this partnership and away from this energy. But if you're a Libra masculine and your focus is so much on this broken partnership, this does say to me that what you should consider is that there are other ways that you can open this communication up again. You just have to be creative. You just have to think in a way different than the one angle that you were considering approaching in, which is approaching through your passion. So that's something, this is a bit of a different message for the Libras, feminine and masculine. Feminine Libras, this is saying for you to have hope that there is better opportunities out there with better possibilities of communication. Whereas for the Libra masculines, the message is here, change your tactic. If you're so concerned with a partnership that is broken, this is saying to me the masculines have a way to fix it. They just need to reconsider and reevaluate their approach. That is a reading for Libras. And if you are a Libra who would like some clarity or some help as it relates to what appears to be a very difficult partnership that is crumbling around you right now, you can book a private reading on my site, graystrega.com. Those readings are done over Zoom with an option of a recording being sent to you afterwards. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading. If you don't do both, we can't have the reading. I am going to continue right now. I will read off the signs that we have done so far. If I've already done your sign, never fear, for all of these will be up on my YouTube channel at the conclusion of this live. So you just make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel and you'll be able to see it there. You can find a link to my YouTube channel in my bio. The signs that we have been doing so far is Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Libra. The next sign we are doing is Capricorn. If you are a Capricorn sun, moon, or rising, tap that screen. If you know a Capricorn sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live with them so they do not miss their reading. What is coming down the line for Capricorns right now? Can I please get 3 cards to clarify? Can I please get 3 cards? We've got 2 cards here. Can I please get 1 more card? All cards are hidden around Capricorn, so there's a lot going on under the surface right now. First thing we are seeing for our Capricorn energy right now is Chariot in its reversal. So there is something right now that's got you very frustrated, Capricorns, something that you are trying to push forward with as it relates to your life and experience, and you're just feeling like you are not getting the support or you're not getting the ability to move things forward this week the way you would hope to move them forward. And this is just a reminder for you right now, Capricorn. This doesn't mean that you can't move things forward as it relates to this area in your life. It would require you to have a moment of pause and readjustment and ask if maybe the thing that you're using to move you in that way needs some moment of correction. That there is something here that needs to be addressed as it relates to how you are trying to do something instead of what you are doing. So this is maybe a frustrating week for Capricorns, but it is a recalibration point, and it's giving you the opportunity to be able to fix something that is not necessarily going the way that you would hope for it to go. The other card we're seeing right now for on Capricorns is Queen of Wands in its reversal. Now, this is going to hit a little bit differently depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what you feel aligned to. For the feminine energy right now with Capricorns, this is feeling extremely disempowering for you this week, because you're feeling in a way your lack of ability to move something forward is making you question your own abilities of communication and movement and power. And there is something here about being able to recalibrate and get yourself in a place where you're going to feel confident again enough to be able to move this forward. Because I feel like this is also where we're seeing some of this Chariot and this reversal come from. A Chariot requires strong confidence in order to operate it. And there's something that is shaking your confidence a bit in yourself right now, Capricorn feminines. And this is something that needs to be addressed in order for you to be able to move forward on this. This could also say that there's something that you need to discuss with whoever is also moving this chariot with you, because chariot energy often involves other people. It requires you to be able to collaborate with others to move something forward. So this could say that there's something here that you need to collaborate with better by communicating better. Now, for the Capricorn masculines right now, what this is really saying is that there is something that you're feeling that you cannot move forward with right now, but that because there is something about the feminine energy around you right now that is being blocked, and it is this block right now that is making you feel that you cannot move things forward the way that you ideally would want to move them forward, because this energy is just not being receptive or not being communicative with you in the way or the capacity that you would ultimately hope that it would be. Next card we see coming up for Capricorn is this is causing a lot of internal fighting right now for both Capricorn masculines and feminines. There's a lot of arguing in their own headspace. And for the feminine Capricorns, this is questioning oneself and one's own abilities. And this is, I have to point out, I feel like this self-doubt and this questioning is something that is really propelling the problems right now with the chariot energy in order for the Capricorns to be able to move things forward as a feminine. For the masculines, whatever this is, whatever issue you're having with this feminine energy, this blockage, this lack of communication from feminine is causing a lot of anxiety and a lot of self-doubt and a lot of arguments right now. And these arguments could even be spilling out into the practical space. These could be just like literal arguments with someone that is causing such a fracas and is causing such an inability of movement to find a path forward. Bottom of the deck right now for our Capricorns is King of Pentacles in its reversal. King of Pentacles in its reversal. So here's the thing: the feminine Capricorns are looking at the masculine energy and they're feeling frustrated and they're not communicating the masculine because they're feeling a lack of stability in the masculine energy. The masculine energy is feeling unstable because of a feminine that is not communicating with them. So either way, I gotta say, it seems like the word of the day right now, Capricorns, is better communication. Better communication, because the chariot needs multiple energies to push it forward. And the only way you can do that is if both energies are working in harmony with each other. And in order to move in harmony, you need to have communication. So let's keep that in mind as you go forward from this point this week. I think that this can be fixed, Capricorns, but it's going to require a little bit more communication, because you cannot drive the chariot unless all the wheels are willing to go in the same direction as you are. And that is how do you drive a chariot? You communicate. You communicate with the chariot. You communicate with the things at the end of the chariot. So communication is the watchword for this week for you guys. And if you are a Capricorn that needs some assistance in helping work through that communication, you can book a private reading on my website, graystrega.com. Please keep in mind it's a two-step process when you go to pay. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please be sure to do both so that we can have the reading. Also, if you're a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services. Please just name your TikTok subscriber ID at the point of payment. And please remember that a subscription is different than a follow. We are going to continue right now. If you've missed your sign and you're just joining us, never fear, for we are doing all the signs, and this is streaming live on YouTube. Hello to everybody who is joining us on YouTube. Thank you for the compliment, Clive. And so you'll be able to find them all there. Just be sure to be following me on my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. So far, we have done Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn. The next sign we are doing is, yes, Jesus, take the wheel. Exactly. All right. What is the next sign that we are doing right now? We already did Virgo. Thank you so much for the compliment. What is the next sign? Because the cards are already popping out. Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. Tap that screen. Let me know that you are here. If you know an Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share this live with them so they don't miss their reading. What is coming through this week for Aquarius? We've already got one card out. Here's the second card, and here is the third. Okay, this is a very interesting reading right now for you, Aquarius. Aquarius, this is going to feel like a bit of a positive, negative thing that's happening right now. And I feel like you're being a little ambivalent right now about how you feel about it. Because on one hand, I feel like the community around you, your support system, your friends, your family, they're all feeling very solid this week. And I feel like you're getting a lot of support in these areas as it relates to the things that you're trying to do this week. And I see that you're trying to do a lot of things. But on the other hand, I feel the reason you're rallying around this support system right now is at the same time, while things are going really well with your community, with your integrated network, there's something happening on a much more global scale that is much more difficult, that has you feeling much more ungrounded, much more uncertain, much more unable to know what to do. And I feel like this is a point right now where it's this instability, this uncertainty on how to proceed, that you're really using this point to lean on your community, lean on your support system to help you get ideas in terms of how to move forward from this point with the best clarity, with the best point of communication. And I feel that this one thing to say around this right now, Aquarius, is grounding is key. Being able to build this grounding point for yourself is going to help. Not letting yourself get lost in this. When you're feeling unstable or uncertain or unsure what to do, building that sense of stability from the inside out. Remembering that if you can ground and focus on what your desired outcome is, this is going to create the easiest path for you as you move forward from this point. Because I'm also seeing here, particularly with the Emperor energy, that you are coming into a place of power. And with the Emperor energy coming up, this is going to hit a little bit differently depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Now, for the masculine energy, this is really saying to me that what you are seeing right now is that there is a sense of higher authority, of wisdom, that you really are coming in right now and you're channeling your highest sense of control. And that this is an energy that looks to oversee, to protect, to keep watch. And it is this energy, this movement into a place of higher power that you're trying to struggle to achieve, even as you feel this moment of uncertainty in the world around you, that you're really using this opportunity to allow yourself to level up, to allow yourself to rise to the challenge. And you're being supported by your community in this way as you try to do so. Now, for the feminine aligned Aquarius, this is going to be feeling that you are leaning in towards this masculine energy, and this could be a manifestation of masculine around you. So having this moment of ungroundedness, having this feeling of instability, but also finding that there is a masculine energy around you right now that you can turn to as a means of support, and that this energy is one that you feel is being very protective, that is kind of being able to help you get some level of control over something that you feel that is not necessarily a moment of control that you are particularly having at this point in time. So for all of the Aquarius energy, a huge reliance and security coming from your community and really pulling in through that community right now as you come into this deeper sense of support. And it's going to feel a little bit easier this week for the masculine inclined Aquarians as opposed to the feminine inclined Aquarians. But understanding that for both, the community right now is key, and the grounding right now is key, and not letting yourself fall into that place where you're letting fear or anxiety drive your next steps and your actions. Bottom of the deck on this as you go forward from this point right now is 8 of Pentacles in this reversal. So there is some anxiety as it relates to your ability to work, to your ability to do the things that you do on a daily basis. And something about this circumstance or scenario right now for the Aquarians has you creating this anxiety about what your work is going to look like moving forward, given potentially the state of the world that you find yourself in. So there is this anxiety here. Something about this is connected to the work that drives you, the work that fuels you, the things that you really feel are your first and most important job. That is the reading for the Aquarians. And if you need some guidance, Aquarians, on how to move forward from this point, please feel free to book a reading on my site, gracestrega.com. My private readings are done over Zoom with the option of a recording sent to you afterwards. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading, it is a 2-step process. You have to book a reading and you also have to pay for the reading. Please be sure to hit both those buttons if you would like a reading. Also, keep in mind that if you are a subscriber to my TikTok channel, you can take 10% off any of my services at the point of payment. All right, guys, I'm going to name off the signs that we've done so far. If I've already done your sign, never fear. For all of these will be streamed live on my YouTube channel. You can find them there at the conclusion of this live. If you have not had your sign read yet, now is the time to put it in the comments. The first one I see is the first one I will read for. So far, we have done Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius. And the next one we are doing is Pisces. If you are a Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, tap that screen. Let us know that you're here. If you know a Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live to make sure they don't miss their reading. What is coming through right now for our Pisces? Can I please get 3 cards to clarify? And there is a lot of people in this energy, but I like the direction of this energy right now. First thing we are seeing coming through for Pisces, and I love this for our Pisces feminines, is Queen of Swords. Pisces this week are feeling like they are coming into a place of power, and they're doing that by taking some level of control over their life, that there is some place where you are laying down some very firm boundaries. And there's something about this act of laying down boundaries and standing in your power that is feeling very good, that is keeping you very grounded, that is allowing you to really look forward and see a very bright future on the horizon for you, regardless of what else is going on around you. Because I do feel that some of this energy is requiring you to block something, which we're going to get to in a minute. Now, for the Pisces masculine, this is going to feel like there is a feminine energy around you that you are seeing is stepping into their power. And this could feel a little difficult, and we're going to get into it because something about the Pisces, the feminine energy around the Pisces masculine right now that is stepping into their power has them a little bit shaken, because it is causing them to be in a King of Wands in its reversal. So this is a very, very different read right now. If you are a Pisces masculine or feminine, bearing in mind that is not based on gender, but what you feel aligned to. Now, if you are a Pisces feminine, this is going to feel like a real power week this week. This is going to feel like you are truly bossing up and stepping into your power by moving towards your positive future outcome, by creating this sense of power, and by potentially blocking any energy right now that is not coming towards you in the way that you would ideally want it to. Because we do see here that the Pisces feminine has a masculine energy that they feel is not been supportive, has not been communicative, and this is the week that they're just kind of blocking that energy out. Now, if you are a Pisces masculine, this is coming through as you being in a place right now where you are not necessarily being super communicative, where you are maybe not communicating with anyone, but you're also doing that right now, and you're putting all of your focus and concentration on your own desired future outcome. But one of the reasons the Pisces is focusing, masculine is focusing directly just on their own future plans, is because there's something around the feminine energy right now that they feel like they cannot communicate with, because the feminine energy around the Pisces masculine has put up too many boundaries or barriers, and that something about those boundaries or barriers is blocking the masculine energy from being able to be in contact with this feminine energy. Regardless, though, both are going towards their desired future outcomes. The feminine is doing it by stepping into their power and moving into it for themselves. The masculine is doing it by potentially kind of blocking, allowing whatever blocks they're experiencing, kind of going rogue if you accept it, like not necessarily feeling like they're in their place of power, particularly as it relates to communication this week. But even still, keeping their focus at the same time on whatever their desired future outcome is. The Pisces masculine is not necessarily in a place of communication right now, but they're still very much seeing that there is this future outcome that is very achievable for them, even if they're not necessarily communicating it to the world at large. Bottom of the deck right now for feminine and masculine Pisces is, here's that card again. We keep seeing this Eight of Pentacles in its reversal in the bottom of the deck. So there is something here about feeling a frustration point, because there is something here about this block of between the feminine and masculine energies right now around Pisces that does feel like it is preventing some critical work to get done. And some of the focal point, I feel, the feminines is fixing this to an extent by creating these new boundaries. The masculine is fixing it by concentrating on their work and focusing on their work instead of communication. And that's how they're both powering through this right now. That is the reading for Pisces. Thank you so much to my Pisces. And if you are a Pisces who would like to get some clarity on the best steps on how to move forward from this point, you can book a private reading on my site, graystrega.com. Please keep in mind it's a two-step process when you go to pay. You have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading in order for us to have the reading. All right, guys, we are going to continue through. We have done many of the signs. I'm going to name the signs that we have done so far. If I have not done your sign, you can put it now in the comments. And if I've already done your sign, never fear, because we are streaming this live on YouTube. You can find it there at the conclusion of this live, and you can subscribe to my YouTube. The link is in my bio. So far, guys, we have done Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and the final sign we will be doing tonight is Gemini. Can I please get 3 cards for Gemini? We've got 2 out. Can I please get 1 more? All right. I like this for Gemini. We've got 2 cards hidden, 1 revealed. The first thing we are seeing here is Wheel of Fortune. So for Geminis right now, what we're really seeing here is that there is something about this week. Some big things are happening. And Geminis are moving into this space of accepting it, that there's something about what's happening this week that feels very fated to happen, that this may be something that was a long time coming, but there is something that is a big life event that is occurring right now in the Geminis' path of experience. There is something here about feeling a cycle is completed. Some clarity might be coming for you this week, Gemini, to help you understand why things had to go a certain way, because now you're going to get the full optics of what fate was trying to do as it led you to this point. The other 2 cards we see hidden is, this is saying to me that there are new foundations, new contracts, new architecture that is being built up around the Geminis right now. And it is this new architecture that is really going to help establish you as you move forward from this point. So this is saying to me that there are new contracts, new opportunities, the laying of new ground this week for many of the Gemini. And this is a point of celebration. This is a long time coming. For many of the Geminis, this is a major achievement or a major moment in the life path that the Geminis have been waiting on. And this is the week that you're going to be able to see that ground being struck on whatever this new venture is. There is another card hidden right now around the Geminis. Dude, when I say this is a huge week of opportunities for Gemini, I mean this is a huge week of opportunities for Gemini, because we also have here the Page of Pentacles coming up, which is also saying new opportunities, new offers, a lot of new things coming through, a lot of huge potential this week for Geminis. So Geminis, don't wait on whatever you're trying to do this week. Let this serve as a reminder that this is the week to move forward, because you're going to have a huge week as it relates to whatever offers or opportunities you're waiting on. If there's any Geminis right now who've been waiting for some offer to come in, there's huge signs that this is the week that offer is going to be presented to you. So congratulations, Geminis. In this case, we really did. I feel like this always happens. It's always the best for last. Thank you so much for the gift, Amina. This is really saying to me, this is the best reading of the week so far. This is a huge, huge payout week for Geminis, and the result, I think, of a lot of hard work and a lot of clarification for Geminis on why things had to go a certain way to reach this point. Bottom of the deck for the Gemini energy right now. Oh my God, I can't make this up. This is 5 of Pentacles in its reversal. So this is also saying that for a lot of the Geminis right now, this is feeling like there was some sense where you were feeling potentially abandoned or left out in the cold. This is going to be the week where you start to feel like that abandonment wound is going to be repaired, that whatever is coming from this week is going to create this sense of feeling restored. And I feel like this is a little bittersweet because this does say to me that there is some avenue that you are still recovering from that made you feel like this abandonment wound was triggered. But I'm really seeing here that this is the week that a lot of clarity is going to be coming through and helping you understand just why things had to go the way that they did for your highest purpose. Because again, these cards are fantastic as it relates to new tangible offers and opportunities coming in this week. So please, Geminis, tap that screen, claim this reading because this is a beautiful reading. All right, guys, that's it. We have done all of the astrology signs this week. We will move into personal readings. Just a reminder to anybody joining us, if you would like to book a private reading with me, if you've enjoyed this astrological reading, you can book a private reading on my website, graystrega.com. Please keep in mind when you book a private reading, it's a two-step process. You have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading. Thank you so much for the gifts. Also, keep in mind that if you are a subscriber to my TikTok channel, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay. Just be sure to mention that TikTok subscriber ID at the point of payment. I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me this evening. And again, if you missed your signs, never fear. I will be concluding the YouTube and staying here a moment on TikTok. So you can go to my YouTube channel and catch all of the astrology signs. Thank you so much, guys. And I will do this again with you next week. Take care. All right, guys, that was the